And we've returned. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to go into another Valorant game, and yet again, we will be seeing Goats and Glory on the battlefield. This one, I think this one is going to be them against, remind me, it's Manchester, correct? Yes.
Yup. So we're seeing Manchester return to the stream. Obviously, our first match, able to give ONU a little bit of trouble, but in the end, losing that one out. Goats and Glory doing something very similar in that opening, well, not in that opening match, but in their match up against ONU. So both these teams definitely giving ONU a struggle. And funnily enough, both these teams giving ONU a struggle on Haven. It's where we're going to be returning to for this matchup. So composition-wise, I shouldn't be expecting, well, loaded. I'm stupid. I heard Haven, and I think my brain just like sleeper cell activated. Either way, another three-lane map.
Just thinking of Haven again. They banned it. They said it's their best map, and they banned it.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
They're actually sick of it.
Yeah, they're like, nah, we don't want to go back. Let us play something new. But either way, going to be getting us on to Lotus. So we've seen this one already before, one time, obviously in that OSU matchup against Sussy players. But now we're going to be seeing two different teams and their different takes on this map. So I'm excited to see exactly what's going to be coming out here.
Excuse me. Interesting enough, Manchester and Goats and Glory both played against Ohio Northern, like you said. Both played on Haven, like you said. But something you didn't mention is both of the score lines were 9 and 13.
I wasn't sure if both put up 9. I knew they both played it close.
Yep, just to make sure y'all are aware of how close this can really get between these two teams, it's probably going to be one of the closest matches we have in this setup. Beyond the match that we didn't get on stream, OSU Scarlet versus Ohio Northern, where Scarlet managed to take it 13-10. This is probably going to be the next closest, if not the closest in the entire tournament so far.
I'm interested in this match for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, like you said, two incredibly close teams, both them, playing to secure their spot in top 4 with their placement in pools, but also very different approaches to this map. For the side of Goats and Glory, opting to go for more of a one of everything double smokes composition, still seeing Seawolf on that Brimstone, and as we heard from Quill, very adept to play. Quill, however, stepping away from the duelist, playing Viper.
Interesting to see. I mean, Viper, I feel, is one of those agents where you can kind of expect her to make surprise appearances like this, especially on Lotus, right? When thinking of the best places to play Viper, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm old, but I feel like Lotus is, textbook Viper gameplay.
It's like Lotus and Breeze. It's those maps where the wall can have massive impact and mass value from just being sent in the same position again and again and just being used to essentially be a piece of, the way that I like to think about it is you want to use Viper Wall to the point where it becomes stimuli that your brain just checks out. The wall is up, that means nothing. So you can play around it, whether using it as a smoke or using it as a decoy. It doesn't matter whether it's up or not, it's always just going to be there.
The first kill, though, Saint does drop. B-site likely to be ignored here, actually, as Goats and Glory decide to change their tone, make it past Mound, and A is, or C rather, is where they're looking, but they're going to open this door now. Yeah, they're going to go B. They're tripping me up.
Yeah, the stall from Manchester coming out, utilizing the Vise with the Thorns, really applying a lot of pressure. Asuna going for that pick, but Rain actually going to be the first one to strike, able to find 2. Ward and Asuna combined to make it a full 4 and breakaway. He's found it into the back lane. Unfortunately, though, doesn't have the bomb, so can't really do too much. And yeah, with only 15 left, there's only so much that you can hope to do.
At this point, you're just hoping for kills for the extra credits, but it's going to be a shutout there as Manchester managed to get that first round on the board, an early advantage, and it looks not as close and a little bit more dominant compared to what we were expecting.
I mean, yeah, but that's also the pistol round. Some teams just end up being good at pistols, and then once you get more into those rifle rounds, you might see other teams, start to step up. And we did see Manchester put up good numbers, able to get, if I remember correctly, both the pistols up against Ohio Northern. These second rounds is where things got a little bit, wacky, 50-50 split when we look towards that last match. So, Goats and Glory could be primed to do something here.
Oh, first kill there. There's the Outlaw. I mean, again, it's just such a dangerous weapon in these rounds where there's no chance of heavy armor on the other side. It does guarantee those one-shot body shots that you just can't get with other weapons.
Yeah, it's a really good stall out. It doesn't offer much of anything. Warden in this close position, he's able to find one. Bane with the bounce off of his aggression. Seawolf last up.
Everybody's coming to swarm. Doesn't even need it.
Yeah, as I say, coming to get some damage, unable to find it. Another one on the board. A Manchester now up 2-0.
And that one kill they did get, it's not going to change the outcome most likely, but it's a nice little bonus, right? You're going to see the regen shields coming in here for Warden as well as Sheriff to guarantee, enough money to go for any future purchases. This Outlaw is going to be mostly negated. Somehow, I'm actually shocked to see Goats and Glory have the money to go for a true full buy. Everybody's got those Vandals. Everybody's got those heavy shields.
I mean, they didn't really invest anything in, and they were able to get a pick during it. Manchester trying to vie for some control. Rain able to get one, but Seawolf Breakaway able to find two of their own. Goats and Glory up by one player in the round. Staying up close with that Outlaw. Now needs to hit the headshot out of bullets in it. We'll get big damage onto Ace. Nothing found. Goats and Glory looking for the sight hit.
One thing I want to criticize real quick, as Warden somehow survives, gets a little bit more chunk damage. They went for the combo of the C's and the paint shells really early on. That's actually going to stop the spike plant, and Bane doesn't have a ton of time here to stall. Like, a full minute, I mean, it's not enough to stall, as the surround does come through, but one extra kill, one extra Vandal ripped away. You're going to be okay with that. You're going to take it.
Yeah, you were talking about the tether at the beginning of the round.
Mm-hmm. Seize is the name of the ability. I used to, when I casted, because my school was very good. They were an extremely strong, they were the best team that we had at CSU for a while. So I really wanted to do them right. So I did a lot of research into like flashcards and stuff to try to memorize all the abilities in the name at the time.
I see. But yeah. Manchester now going to have relatively full buy here, but insta pressure from Ace. Already getting traded out by Asuna.
And I called it out, the attempts on the play. Again, they went for the C's and the paint shells combo that didn't find anything, and they're getting punished for it now. Goats and Glory have that quick adaptation to recognize, oh yeah, Manchester, they're going to go for this, and if they do, we're going to be ready.
Yeah, and now Manchester, like you said, quick adaptation, down a man, and Quill, he's found a lot of positioning over in this B site. Warden in heaven might be able to find him on the step up, but Quill actually going to be able to get the pick. Able to get the Vandal now.
Ridiculous kill there with the Sheriff. 5 HP remains, and with that little smoke drops down, Bane is going to have a difficult time breaking through without missing some shield.
Yeah, Saint also going to have a difficult time going in. Going to be able to break the door, draw some attention. That might be a little bit of a go button for Bane. Going to get cut off by Seawolf now. And he gets some damage on the breakaway, but unable to find the finish. CRN with the equalizer. And now, Goats and Glory ties up at 2.
It's looking good now, Goats and Glory. They're able to get through that. Like you said, they might just be better here, Manchester, at those pistol rounds. As they will have enough to get a few people into safe money range, but 1,600, 1,100, 1,500, I'm not confident in a lot of these numbers that Manchester are currently sitting at with these Sheriffs. They're going to play for a thrifty here. Play for, see if we can get something cheeky going on, and they want to kind of commit to it. It's like a half commit on the light buy almost.
Yeah, and like you're saying, that C's nade at the beginning of the round, it stopped finding value. Goats and Glory now, they're opting to go a little bit slower, and it's something they can afford with Quinn on the roster on that Viper. Pika from Vayne could have found something, will not. Warden trying to get tricky with it. So we'll find one. Nothing more. Seawolf finds CRN, combines. Manchester down to 2.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to make anything work. Seized up Rain. Not much for them to do from that position. As the Prowler comes on, swinging through by. Another Prowler that's a chomp, 23 HP, and it will be the kill. The wall bang finds that one as Asuna tries to find a kill. Will find one, but one is not enough for the round.
Yeah, he'll find Ace in the back line, but he won't be able to find the player that's right up in front. It gives Goats and Glory now the lead in this map as they look to pull ahead.
There should be a full buy coming on here, despite the fact that, you know, they didn't have a ton of money. Here's 0 credits now for Bane. It's rough now, the position that Manchester are in. They might have to sacrifice on some of this utility if they want the shields, if they want the guns. That might be what they're doing from this point forward as Goats and Glory. Again, I don't know how this team does it, but their economy consistently goes runaway.
Yeah, it's a major skill to be found. Asuna could have had a pick. Will not find it. Seawolf actually able to get the find. Saint looking to escape. That breaks the wall. It's a little bit of a bait. Able to find one. Rain with another. All able to find onto Ace. Manchester, they've turned around what could have been a very bad round into something that looks really good. Quill, all that's left in a 1v3. No bomb control. Manchester could be equalizing her score.
And knows exactly where this last player is, hunting them down. Quill's going to have their back to this last Manchester player unaccounted for. He's going to turn. He will.
Yeah, Bane with a little bit of damage in. Quill now very low, and Bane gets the pick. It's going to be another round for Manchester, equalizing her score. But if we know Goats and Glory, yeah, they're going to have a lot of money built up in reserve. So going to be able to buy this here. Able to not really let that round affect how much money they've got. So they can just roll straight back into it the way that they have been.
And despite the fact that it's 3-3, despite the fact that Goats and Glory just lost that previous round, like you're saying, they don't just have a good economic standing as Ace not even going to buy a rifle. They have a better economic standing than Manchester, who are struggling to get a full buy on the field. And there we go. The tour de force has been called open as Asuna locked down with that seize.
Yeah, and like you've been saying, the aggression that Manchester has really been going for has been lacking in value. We've been seeing a lot of the Goats and Glory movement stopping a lot of that play. Asuna able to find one, but Ace able to get that trade, so not allowed to run away with the damage that could have been accrued off of the converging paths. But Seawolf tagged so far down, and the C players actually are going to start extending out.
Very confident to just move past Mound there and peeks out a little bit awry. And that actually gives a spike yet again. Goats and Glory have given it up twice now when they don't have any need to, it seems. They're going to have to pop the double tap just to walk in. And look at that, blinded, removed. Bane finds that kill. 2 players remain. It's a 2v4.
Yeah, and the issue with this double smoke setup, I mean, Ace will be able to get that pick, but when those smokes are up, it just means that you really can't do anything about it. Quill gets spot and the finish onto one. Bane is able to find that one onto Quill. Busting up his Ace, but he does have bomb control. And now they know that he's on B.
It's going to be really hard to take out Ace from this position, right? Has the ulti still available? Those Prowlers are dangerous there. As Rain is distracting. With that Nightfall, you're actually going to potentially get a stick. But no, the switch off, and it's just inopportune. It's Bane with a clutch.
Yeah, he's able to come in, able to take the backspace that was left open from the push up from Ace. I mean, he's able to find one great swap play coming out from the chamber, able to get the pick with the off. Fortunately, the swap back onto the rifle, not quite in time, but again, like we were saying, Goats and Glory still, economy sitting good. On the side of Manchester, it's just not as pretty as you'd like it. Rain forced onto the lights. It's going to be the worst thing that they have to deal with. For the side of Goats and Glory, Ace already going for the operator on that attack side.
The greedy buy here, but I respect the decision from them. As there we go, a few bits of util here and there. A lot slower this time. Again, they went for that Seize Paint Shells combo, 33 HP for Rain. I want to see them try to hold it at one of these points.
Yeah, he gets dinked early, and I agree. I think the pressure that it's found has been nullified at this point. I think you could easily save that for something like a plant stall out or try to get an aggressive kill on something. but not right off the rip. It stopped finding its value off the rip.
My ult is ready.
Ult's available for CRN. Still yet to find a player dead as the 1 minute remaining drops 33 HP is the lowest anybody is, and there's not much to do as both teams just waiting for somebody to make a mistake.
Yeah, all things are quiet here. Bane's pushed up all the way up to C. I would love to see him start to aggress even more potentially. Because really, his position is only doing so much. The eye will spot Asuna as he gets dragged into CRN ult. Saint able to find 2 though on the pick. Finds a
it matters
third.
not. This is looking aceable at this point in time as the Satchels are just going to keep himself alive. Is this going to be the shots? No, but Warden still cleans up the plant with 12 seconds remaining. It's a 1v2. And is it going to be enough? No, Warden cleans up house. 5-3 now for Manchester.
Yeah, Ace shut down in the end. It could have gotten sticky there if Warden wasn't able to, you know, get the landing, lock things down, but able to keep it clean. And now Manchester able to pull ahead, stringing a couple of rounds together, and this is the first time they're really going to start to see the econ of Goats and Glory really start to crack and crumble. You know, forced down onto some of those lower buys, still with a couple of players that can pull out rifles, actually now the majority, but those last 2, they're going to be forced onto weird buys unless they want to try to go full here. It's looking like one might opt for breakaway. Ooh, no, they're going to go for a risky here. They're going to go for 3 rifles. A very, very risky buy if things are to go south.
No shields, yeah. It's very scary. One wrong move and things can go awry. And yeah, they didn't go for the C's Paint Shells combo this time. I'm kind of happy to see it there for Manchester. The adaptation that Goats and Glory has been so good about. It's being equalized now, slowly, but eventually they make it there.
Yeah. And now we see a little bit of a slow pressure of Goats and Glory over towards this B site. Look at the spot onto Rain. Won't pull the trigger. Warden about to get tested. CRN, he'll be able to get the first. Asuna with the pick onto breakaway, but I believe that's just going to be the go button onto C unless Bane still here with the thorns.
Yeah, that Steel Garden's going to be scary. If they try to commit to C, this Vide's going to be able to take complete control over it. Double tap doesn't mean anything, and there we go. Steel Garden just forces them back, and nobody gets caught in it.
Yeah, but only 30 seconds remaining for the side of Goats and Glory. They either have to play this C, or they have to try to pop the wall and go B, but you're going to find the Vise wall here for Quill. If he is the first to enter, take him down, and it doesn't pop the wall, so it's still actually in play. CRN gets dropped as well. So will Ace and Seawolf, both of them going down. Another round for the side of Manchester, and now starting to look like they're in their element, starting to look like they're grooving. A timeout called for Goats and Glory, but we know how effective Manchester are in these timeout adaptations, these timeout turnovers. So first time we're going to be seeing not them pop it. I'd be interested.
I'd argue that this team has had the best set of timeouts in the bracket so far, in my personal opinion. Not the best team necessarily, but I do think this has been the best timeout usage from Manchester.
I don't think there's really anyone that I would argue with, that would argue like with you. I think the only team that maybe you could argue it is like, at least on like mid-game adaptation overall, is like OSU Scarlet. But that's because, like the interview told us, they're playing with their coach as their stand-in, if I understood what was told to me correctly. So you have that extra voice that would normally you would only be able to get in those timeouts. You're just able to get it during the regular rounds, so you don't even need to really call those. You can just play on.
Yeah, there will be enough money to most of the way get there, right? You're going to see Seawolf, switching over to the Guardian. I was about to say, you don't really want to go for a judge on a Brimstone. That's a bit kooky of all things. Now you're kind of looking at Breakaway, right? What is Breakaway even going to get? It's going to be the Stinger.
Yeah, Heavy Armor Stinger, not a great look. I like the idea of just the C's, not wasting the nade as well. The nade is such a valuable piece of util. Now, Manchester, they found the way to play this aggression properly. Quill, though, will be able to get the pick onto Saint. Great shots there.
That was kind of disgusting. I was about to compliment how Manchester were playing Mound so far. I feel like their Mound play has been really, really good so far on this map. But that kill was ridiculous from Quill. Proving to be a devastating precision player, but Rain is able to find that one. And now 3 players hovering around C.
Yeah, this could be the call. As soon as they try to entry, Warden's got the blind. And he's got Bane up and close. The movement in. Warden's going to be able to find the first. Now Bane and Warden sticking here.
The smoke isn't going to be lasting too much longer. Yeah, there we go. It fades, and Warden's actually going to be the victim from it. That Prowler's going to give away Seawolf's position, but they don't want to go too aggressively with it. They want to use it more slow. Bane looking the wrong way as the flash comes out. Turns out to be the right way, and I'm just not seeing the plan.
Yeah, Seawolf left in the 1v3. Rain and Bane combined for it. Manchester, off of a timeout. Hey, it's not theirs, but off of a timeout, able to convert.
Consistently here, Emily. Consistently. They're just so good in these timeouts. It's been great from them, and they're going to go for this operator. Again, I don't think they had the op in the last round, did they?
Saint had the op. He just got slammed by Quill.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, no, that makes actually less sense, if I'm going to be honest, but that does make sense. Now, though, the way that Goats and Glory have been trying to play this, right? They've been trying to play super aggressive, super greedy. They don't have money. This is the penultimate round and a half.
Yeah, they need to get something done here if they want to push the half further. For Rain, it's going to be the stone wall, able to find another. And Asuna finds 2. The lineup, Seawolf, all that's left, a minute 20 left, and a 1v5 required if Goats want to get another round on the board.
I mean, I've seen these ace, but I don't think it's possible right now. I had a dream for a moment as Rain finishes it off.
Yeah, looking for more, unable to capture it, and now Manchester and Goats and Glory, final round of the half. Goats, yeah, the issue with that last round is that they tried to go for the buy then. Now they just don't have money for this round. So going to be forced into a very, very strange buy. 3 rifles, a Spectre, and a Judge, as opposed to the full force of 5 Vandals, full armor across the board. Goats
from the shadows really early.
Yeah, trying to get that, well, early information. Ooh, the fuse might run out. Really doesn't get any damage off of it.
Yeah, Ace is able to find more from that interaction than the Showstopper ever could have. 32 HP left on the Fade here. It's a 3v3 on site as the Fade begins to regen health slowly but surely. That one-way smoke affecting Warden. Is it going to matter, though? They have the orbital strike. They're going to go for C. Might be able to block it off, that hallway that we're currently seeing, you know, that they're looking for.
Yeah, that plant is going to go down, and I mean, this is the one where they stall out, and we know Goats and Glory from that interview. They said they like to play these things with stall. They like to have Seawolf be in his comfortable positions.
Look at where he
lineups.
is.
Yeah, he's so deep, but I don't think it even matters. Ace with the full 5 on site closes it out, breathes another bit of life into this Goats and Glory roster. But now swapping over onto that defensive side, Manchester going to be the one able to dictate that pace, potentially make some things happen.
It's looking good, right? We're avoiding, if we're going to get superstitious, we're avoiding the 9-3 curse here for Manchester. Manchester look confident right now, but I will say, when they start to lose momentum, it does look, you know, weary for them, right? They lost 3 in a row earlier. They did manage to reclaim that momentum, win 6. But if Goats and Glory are able to win this pistol, which Manchester looked great on their pistol, then things might start to turn for the worse, right? 8-6, like we saw earlier. It's not a bad place to be. It's a great place to be after a half like this.
Yeah, it's a very workable position to trudge forward from. But to get there, We need to win this round. In Manchester, we've seen their prominence on pistols. We know that they can put the work in when it is necessary. Breakaway getting a lot of tags off of that single eye.
The fade away.
No picks come through as we approach the 1 minute mark on the round.
Just poking. Just prodding.
Nothing fully collected. No hard information to be found since that eye. It'd be 30 seconds till the next.
They are super hard committed here in a way, right? Even though they haven't, they are committed because of where the spike is. They're going to A or B, and they are moving over to B. It's going to be an explosive entry. Look at this.
Yeah, Seawill, the only issue with this is Seawill on that judge, able to smoke off the 2, potentially looking to see if players start to execute forward, but they're actually just going to go around the world. They started on A, bomb is going to go down on C, committing through that middle lane, and Bane with the shot.
Admittedly, I think this was a reaction to the sky smokes being dropped on, right? You know, like you said before, Brim doesn't have those recharge smokes, so once they go down, they go down. So Goats and Glory don't have a way to really reconsider what they're doing, as that's a nice kill from Saint. But is there much else to even do from this point? Yes, Breakaway finds a second.
Yeah, Rain and Bane, they'll combine for it. Last 2 picks on the round. It gives Manchester another pistol as they continue forward.
This does look to be an exceptional advantage now. Would look to be what could have been like an 8 and 6 type, you know, start of the second half. Not a bad place to be. 10-4 is what we're looking at if they're able to capitalize on this bonus, if they can convert. Rain is going for the Sheriff, a bit of a greedy buy, right? Might be trying to go for a rifle in this next round. But I don't think I might be crazy, but I think I saw Goats and Glory are committing a little bit more than I would have expected. Yes. I love how they're playing these mounts, by the way.
Yeah, I saw Breakaway. I don't know if this is real, but I saw Breakaway with a an Outlaw, and I was like, huh, that is a buy right there. Asuna gonna be able to get the finish onto Seawolf.
The plant comes through. Yeah, there we go. The Outlaw has been proven.
The issue is just that there's so many players with heavy armor, it's not going to be able to get that tap. We see Asuna hit down to 10. And that's money Goats and Glory could use in these later rounds, unable to be utilized now. And yeah, if you look at the side of Breakaway, 2,400 coming into this. Gonna have to settle for just the Bucky and heavies.
You know, I might be crazy. I kind of respect the decision. I think it was foolish, but I respect the decision. Now you are almost guaranteed to win this round. Not necessarily almost guaranteed, but you're heavily favored based on the economic situation, right? You have 3 true rifles, 1 Guardian, compared to I think there was only 2 rifles in general for Manchester. You set yourself up a good advantage here, and I like taking the risk. The only problem is if you lose this round here for Ghost and Glory.
Yeah, that's where things really become a problem, but Quill able to find the first. Seawolf fills his position, but Saint is so deep in. I didn't even realize that this was the play. He's found so much space, and Bane out on this C mound. This could be so critical. Saint is able to find this pick with the judge. Oh, he's so far. Ace able to find it in the end, but only 28 HP. Needs to play this tight, gets blinded, and now Manchester, they have that C site. Stuck in the 3v4, but definitely workable from this point forward.
They're actually turning this one. I can't believe they're turning this one, Emily.
Yeah. The aggression on the Seawolf, able to find great. Quail, though, in this position, might not be expecting Bane specifically on this angle, and he's gonna be able to find it. That's Goats now down in the 2v3. Zero unable to get stalled out, but will get spotted with the C's. He'll get it, but CRN now forced into the 2v1, unable to capture it. And now, we're closing in. These rounds are getting tighter.
You can kind of see it on their faces a little bit, Goats and Glory. I don't think they have another pause. They might, but I don't think they're going to use it, as I think that it's starting to get to them a little bit. That should have been a round that they win. And now with their economic position, they have 2 options. Play for OT where you have to win, what is that, 8 in a row after this one?
Yeah,
Or
if you were to give it up.
Yeah, or play to clutch here, forced by here and now. It looks like they're going for the latter. It's going to be so tough now because Manchester have all the money in the world to spend.
Yeah. Smoke getting invested in. Saint just running through. I mean, Seawolf will capture him, so he's unable to capitalize really off of that. And Seawolf able to return to the position. Saint trying to repeat what he was doing last time. Bane on the other side of the map taking out Ace. This play around C Mound so pivotal. Quill, oh, he's unable to find it. Bane with the sharp shooting. And now Manchester, they've lost all, theoretically lost all the space that they pushed up for, but realistically they can go anywhere.
It's in hindsight. It's in hindsight for me, but I would have liked to see if they potentially could have baited once or twice. This is another nice one-way smoke. There we go. The spike has been removed. Can this be a second? Yes, breakaway. Might be able to save the team, but those thorns are a little too sharp. Take him down.
Yeah, he was stuck in the position, but Seawolf and CRN, they'll combine. And they put that round on the board. You'd start to see something crawled back.
They're still alive here. Goats and Glory are not done yet. They do have an opportunity, and they're not going to waste it. The op is in hand for Ace. No shields, no problems. And again, the damage that Goats and Glory has been doing is enough to cripple the economy of Manchester. Look at their current situation. They lose this round. They need to go for a save round. And they're playing this one out with a Judge and a Guardian against the op.
I mean, it's something that we've seen Saint favoring, that Judge. It's definitely a play style. It's something that I wonder, ooh, he's threading the needle just in the wrong way. Now Saint with that all up, able to go out, get shut down by Ace in the mid-air. Unfortunately, Ace is going to lose access to that primary. I mean, he will have the Pocket Guardian.
That Steel Garden didn't find anything, I don't think, as Nightfall goes in and somehow finds a spam kill out of the spike. It's a beautiful one. It's still a chance here for Goats of Glory. The double tap at 30 HP might just be enough if he can find the steal. Get one kill, get another, but no, not quite. Manchester bring it to map point.
Yeah, the vulnerable hitting both players in that situation. It was easily doable, giving me shades of when we were watching the OSU Sussy Players match with Bot over on Tree. Unfortunately, in that end, just not able to pull it across the line. And now Manchester, one round away from sending themselves, well, guaranteeing their place in top 4, winning this match. If I'm not mistaken. As for Goats and Glory, though, pushed down to 1 and 3 if this happens. And already CRN, oh, massive damage onto him. Ace will be able to find first.
You rough things. If they lost this one, Saints, putting them on the first steps there. There's 3 players remaining now for Manchester. That shot takes them down for Seawolf. The Seawolf unable to grab the rifle as the prize. Another double tap removed, wasted, gone.
Yeah. 2v3 remaining. If Goats and Glory want to take this, it's going to have to be step-ups from Ace and Quill, 2 of the biggest performers that we saw in the Ohio Wesleyan match. Now, to show it when the moment is most critical. Ace will start to slither around. Asuna inside the site.
That smoke kind of helped Ace more than anything, as it gave him that corner to peek around. Now it's a 2v2 all of a sudden. Quill can swing.
Yeah, but both players stacked up. That's the issue again. Ooh, the head dink will come through. Warden cleans up his own. 13-5. Manchester closed this match out up against Goats and Glory.
And as a reminder for everyone at home, this was one that I was calling, saying that this could have been one of the most competitive. This could have been very brink, down to the wire. Same thing we saw earlier with the players on Goats and Glory. They thought that if they lost this, it would have been an overtime loss. They thought that this would have been a nail biter. We all thought this would have been a nail biter. And Manchester put those fears away, and now they might be a top 3 team off of this win.
They could easily be putting themselves into that conversation. I feel like the top 2 of Ohio Northern and
Ohio
State easily going to be your runaway favorites for that top 2. But as for that 3rd position, it's really up for grabs in Manchester. making a big case for themselves being the team to step in to that third position.
Absolutely, and we're seeing now here Goats and Glory 1-3. That does mean that their match versus Sussy Players is going to determine who makes that top 4 tomorrow. That was what we were talking about between maps here, between matches, is if Goats and Glory win this. I was kind of talking, I don't know if you remember, I was talking like Goats and Glory were just going to win. I was talking like this was their match to lose. Now they've lost. Now they have to fight for their life in order to get into the playoffs tomorrow against Sussy Players.
Yeah, it's going to be a real make or break showcase. Welcome in. And again, as tradition, as we've been able to have Rain from Manchester stepping into the booth. First of all, congratulations on the W.
Thank you.
Big performances coming out from you guys. So we were able to capture that first game coming up against Ohio Northern, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that one, because 13-9 on Haven, it looked really competitive in the first half. It looked a little dire, and then you guys took that timeout, took a breather, and were able to capitalize off that. And that's something that we've been seeing a lot. So how have those timeouts really been shaping your guys' game?
I mean, it's nice just to get like a break from the action and take a breath, and it lets you think more about like what's going on, what's going wrong. It's a lot easier when your coach is looking at the map and can see everything, and he can Butter does a great job of kind of breaking things down for us. And yeah, it's just nice to take a step back, and it's easier to understand what's going on.
I see. Because we were seeing in that Ohio Northern match, you guys were down, I think 3-6, and then after that timeout, run 1-3 straight, won the pistol as well. I think that's the other thing that I want to pick your brain about. You guys, I think, have been the most dominant team on pistols we've seen at this event so far. Is there something about it that you guys just you have some shooters when the budget's low, or is it just you guys just keep pulling it out?
What's funny is we could not win a pistol round at the beginning of the year, so we literally had to scrim our JV team only pistols just to get our pistol round down. So we've actually practiced it, and now we have some set stuff that we mix in and some luck, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it's definitely looked like the practice has paid off for you guys in these matches so far.
One thing I want to ask is, looking at your matches, so far, you've played probably the most competitive in a vacuum teams, and now your last match you're going against is Ohio State Scarlet, the current first seed here, right? They managed to beat Ohio Northern. They beat all the other teams so far leading up to this. Do you guys feel like you are a solid number 3, or do you think you can punch up to be a sort of rock, paper, scissors with the other top 2 teams?
I think when we're on, we can beat anybody. That's just the faith I have in my teammates and myself. I think that Ohio Northern game could have gone way different if we just read that their force buy into B with the Singer Rush. If we beat them there, we win that map. But it's all good. We move on, and now we play OSU, and we'll try to give them a good match. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, see what you guys can do. I mean, final question. Coming into this event, obviously, there's a lot of collegiate teams coming here. You have some of the upper representation from GLEC with Ohio Northern making their way out. You've also got OSU, obviously not in that circuit, but still a team that, obviously got some big numbers up to their name. But at this point, you've locked in the plans for Sunday. I mean, are you guys just looking to take it all the way?
Yes, that's our goal. I mean, why come here and play if you're not going to try to win?
That's. I mean, I can't fight that, Yeah. Anything else we got from beyond the booth?
The ghosts say that I think I'm good on questions, and good luck in your next match.
Thank you guys so much.
No worries,
I appreciate
man.
it.
Any final words for all the fans at home?
No, just watch out for us. That's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough. Again, Rain, thanks for stepping into the booth. It's a pleasure talking with you. It's a pleasure getting these interviews going with everybody, at this lane. You can set it down wherever, man. And again, thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we've got ourselves one more match that's going to be on the cards. I believe that we will be taking a look at, if I'm not mistaken, Ohio Northern, Ohio Wesleyan. Although my production's
Currently covering it.
Yeah, we might be making a game time decision. And I think while that's happening, we are going to cut to another one of these short breaks. But when we return, we've got one more match on the cards for you. Don't go anywhere. It's sure to be a banger.